Hello. I really didn't set my mindset before I hit record. Normally, I at least get settled first and go, alright, I'm gonna do this now. Today's been a slow one. Kind of felt off. Not in a mental way for once, just kind of felt lousy. Like, not even, I wouldn't even say bad. Just, you know, let me sit in my chair and not because of my mental health for once. So that was fun. I think it might have a little something to do with, yesterday I listened, one of the things I neglected to mention, and one of the reasons I had a headache when I went to bed was, I re-listened to some of Trevor Wilson's stand-up, if you're not familiar with him, and you are somehow familiar with Letterkenny. He's the big guy. I can't remember his name in the show, but yeah, he's the big guy of the main trio. Dude with the big beard. There's actually a cold open where he's making fun of a comedian doing a bit about Captain Crunch, and that's actually Trevor Wilson's bit. So he's his character is poking fun at his real self. He's a fantastic stand-up comedian. He is a storyteller type, and if you kind of want to know how some of my relatives tell stories, it's kind of like his. He embellishes more and sometimes and less in others, but he's just really good he's just like a really good storyteller, and I think that's what makes him so funny. My favorite bit of his is actually uploaded, like, in full. As far as his stand-up albums are audio only, they're actually albums instead of specials. He doesn't actually have a video special. But he has appeared on a compilation show called Just for Laughs, which is like a competition or like it either it used to be, or it has like when American Idol has on an actual band to open an episode or something. Like it, I think this comedy competition kind of does the same thing, more with its alumni, because I believe he's won it a couple of times. Way back when he was getting started. But point being, there's some footage of him, and usually he's Canadian, usually in Vancouver. And my favorite bit of his is bearded man blowing road sign. So I will leave that entirely to your imagination. And if you like that one, I would also recommend Trev as a unit of measurement, I believe is the name of the bit. And if you like both of those, do yourself a favor, go on Spotify. Because they're on Spotify, I know for a fact. There's probably other places you can find them, but that's the easiest place. And just search Trevor Wilson, or his first comedy album is Sex Cop Fire Penis. And his second one is Sorry, a Canadian comedy album. Point being, I listened to like 2.5 hours of this man's stand-up yesterday and just laughed my ass off for pretty much the entirety of it. he's got such fantastic delivery. Just, oh god, I hurt myself. I really did. I was hacking and coughing and at several different points tasting blood, I think. You know, like when you get that chest congestion, but you get a good hearty laugh going and you end up coughing for a little while. If it was blood, it was like a nosebleed, a small one, or just my sinuses draining. But yeah, a lot of coughing, so like a lot of pressure to the head, which caused a headache. And probably what made me feel kind of crummy today. That's where this was going. Other than that, more Mass Effect 2. Put in almost exactly 15 hours today. Just happened to notice that as it auto-saves well enough that I don't do hard saves unless I'm coming across a decision I might want to redo. Although even that I don't do very often. In fact, more likely than not, you'll find me. The only one I save a lot in is Mass Effect 1 because its autosaves aren't great on Uncharted worlds. It pretty much just autosaves when you land on the world. So, you know, you might want to do some quick saves if you've done a good little chunk. And you're rolling up on what might be a dangerous situation. Just a heads up there. It really is like coming home playing Mass Effect again. I know I keep saying that, I know I keep harping on it. And I know it's cheesy and all that good stuff to talk about, just, you know, like, the series means so much to me, yada yada, but it really does. It definitely shaped like I liked stories in video games before, but when it comes to character study, you know, when it comes to like individual character development and creating a living world and all that good stuff, and BioWare wrote the book for a good few years, you know, and like they didn't really fall off the wagon until the ending of Mass Effect 3, and EA had a lot to do with that. Sounding familiar to anyone? Deadlines and stuff, and the original lead story writer leaving, which I think had something to do with I think it was a confrontation with EA or something, but I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. You know, like general time constraints. There's heavy indication of where you're expecting the future to go in Mass Effect 2. Like, there's some foreshadowing, and there's of a particular. I guess it really is a MacGuffin because it just goes nowhere. I don't know if I'm using MacGuffin right, but it just ends up not coming back in 3. Really, you think that's going to be this either subplot or like the final secret, or at the very least a big deal that they started noticing in 2, but nope. I'm sleepy. It's true, though. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. Get you all tomorrow.